Yeah, then
who watch it?
Campaign, you say? Michelle Asante Achimwa, so they and crying.
Kwadwoba Ajimani, aspiring parliamentary candidate, Asante Achim North. Kofi Ofosun Kansa, parliamentary aspirant, Asante Achim Central. Osanso MD Accra Digital Center. Kofi Maje.
Yeah, General.
Boko there.
Nyamiado, one of pay Universal Food Soldiers United. We're not a peppermint. We will show you attend the chairman. Morning shows, we can say the mother of all morning shows.
Yeah, you too,
and I'm not trending for Food Soldiers. My chairman, the support the chairs and Achim Central for one soon. Chairman, I made the parliamentary aspirant. I'm 2 constituencies. First one is Food Soldiers constituency, and a second one is Achim Central.
Interesting. Kwayo.
Kwame.
Now so your campaign, yes, so album crown be.
Kwame.
Also your campaign, yes, album crown be.
Kwame mechi Asante Achim for na. Album no near one say. Friday na me beje album say. Me kona many delegates no I could di enkita ho. And coming to my surprise. Yeah, the album we call na the companion. Yeah, they told about February Constituency executives now. I say at the fufro entirely new album. Enipa 145. Yeah, do my bishop.
145.
145. MP yeah or tisu Nigeria Nigeria say Nigeria a coordinator, ni cook, a woman organizer or one polling station. Come ne shop attendant or Makolaha. I want to about Asante Achim crash album no. and come in here, yani say your party me say obey polling station agent or obey polling station executive. You should be voting from a particular polling station. And at times then I know people ask from you migrated Enipa 77 from MP's hometown to Afram Plains. Omon to Abakra say omon ko yi Afram Plains for to omo yed mama party no omon ko jino say be to abana favor MP no. Whilst they are entirely new people who are not even in our voters register.
Into Oya
come me the petition called national head office. Etina enra me free Asante Achim ba enkran no. Me say your party for say omo pe nucredie no omo pe justice no. They will act on it. Me the petition hakoma general secretary ni elections committee.
Na say Muslim pe new voter register bi ni ayama no. No, that is just by the by. Open new voter register. See how you
because party no we believe in credibility. Until our voters register, so I don't think that the party will even endorse such an illegality. Because party no state regulations are they ever to parliamentary election memory day. Because section 33 they stated categorically say police station aboma they to about in February 2018 constituency executives no. Sa abom na they ever to about parliamentary candidacy. It is a obi etiase ongui now way na free abom na the new person babiship adia entiase ni say me inti ankanya nyame adom ena bia efiada no me say mame meji abom na me fa enhwe ne ye wono memne da kobiti fie so okoto aba kwame obeko police station on na abom ni dinim. He's been disfranchised. I don't know what you mean. No obi akoto to the advantage of the MP or marine adia onim say omo mo chwa man no are people who are misrepresenting the polling station.
I can't 4 days. Tamakoto Aban. Ain't you mobile? What the petition I could say?
I mean, it's not me that's what Kokrokoo me major party di mempe basabasaye mempe gidi mempe entokwa. I believe in the rule of law. Nti media ama party so omo nti omani enhwe Asante Achim. Senior my say EBS you kwada so. Ama say oma twe kwada so abatuo no asisen kakra. So ombetimi actually Asante Achim no for as say no oma adomani akọ album no I think say it will be the best interest of the party or Asante Achim no.
Na nipa hin na eto aba no.
Nipa 519.
And now you say 145 yen your there.
For 45 now you from the cry conform you man so my mama. And you from the come contest no you are less 1 for 45 and near ask film they say how many say MP or TSU on the to me.
Yes.
Vote difference or did to me was just 23. It is say me kono 23 differences and one I make all your man was say you 145 class it is now me quite answer me by
my question practice mafia oppresses.
I mean I don't think so way mafia just irregularity of the party should correct it now asumdwe emra because me mempe gidi say EBC constituency bi na enkrofo twetwe ma na enkrofo shit ties na enye me I always preach for peace yemfa asumdwe yemfa abotre because and now so monitor events from Asante Achim North people have started with press conferences near that day and this morning I have to tell them Mr. my bank crime be who party for omonto oboase ahemfo frame because say answer na you be claim am contest they started say man contest ejuma bi I say ahemfo 25 for constituency made the petition eba say omo pasumbi or constituency no abrant no onye hwe ade na mo pese mo de anytime any I say otan hunu esi ne kwa menye bibia I've served the party at one term. Say I may government appointee, may board chairman for sports authority. I say politics in Tino me sako term be Tino ma yenye kojuba ayakayaka there. But it's not me. I have followers. Party no over the previous election nipa 23 now or the ABT no and also it's party no sharply divided or so also the way ever now you are sending a signal I for oh nah sorry and we shouldn't start it like this. So
we should wait for national for Monkasa.
Just one medan omo na party no ekura omo
Freddie Blade John Boy do Samia Wuku Asante Achim North. What's the story? But Ansana Kofi Krabeka said, obviously, tell my good friend Kofi Ofosu, quote, success comes only to those who believe in themselves and are prepared to win. Surely victory shall be his coming Saturday, Matt Imprem, Inyana Basa. Kofi?
Chairman.
What's the I was Asante Achim Central. There
Asante Achim Central. Udu wa chairman. I'm saying yeda kwanti mpomu free and crying kukumasia. Udu kono adobe huwa ye Kofi Ofosu pictures nene colors nkwa. Yise ana kojubu zamzada taxi drivers no munye na ichi aye meet ana. Taxi driver be hunu bia Kofi poster bo ho. Na chese empesu aso ho no bia so pensisa. Cause someone who said Kofi Ofosu ekwan ofa so yana manyo sem ekwan ofa so som se do yeso makro se do abadaye se do ya yamhihie se do tie ni nnuanom ogifu so je so odo omo nsem totom panifu ani mbobo apono je emumu ayema omo ama abono so se oye fuso just president no Asante Achimfo nso omo de hie ne me etisematimi asom party no osa akwan no so at the national level dey any ade na memrefi na me fa som no bi nso ma ho na enkoye se MP central government projects enko kwana edura better out to amana ho say year of rose yi kono kwan kakra education infrastructure ekoso kono wodu secondary school nya 12 unit classroom block say Wesley High ni say marry so munya nya omo de na emum ye beko beyond central government interventions na social capital amanfo ne dom kokromoti e de be hye yensa ama ye nya assempi no ye use no na ye apa enema p both at the macro and the micro level abre constituency no because chairman developing economy even first world countries cry no omuhia lobbyists use lobbyists na ye system enye perfect na ka say wan konya MP a ne na say hare oyeso makro a obetima wurwuram na aban ene ma pa bi ba sere mampani na dan kokofo adoti ene ba papi womi na obekọ no kobusebusa na oman no so nya ne de anatem bia wo de watum etiche ma Asante Achim Central se say de udru ha edi awtia ni kofufusu omse ya papa kwa me anyimedo ayade mfiedu mienu wasombi MP Rada Honorable Kojoban Redu, the late MP Wawadam for Comfordu, also called 3 years. Inti MP so 3 years. Also called 3 times. Inti MP so 3 times a year. Na yama Asante Achim Central and some fan into infra and some national map no so said emre bi atwa na no. Before Seban Redu ba kwa na Honorable escape wa from Swaba adade buzi atam no so aba. Mu nyina yampanifo a omode Asante Achim Central eto national map no so ema constituency no. Obia ete yenkan hu say yenso enipa api wo ho Asante Achim is looking for his past glory enti enunti na amufi se kofifosu ene obia say obetima di sa adwumadi na omunyina eboje me so se nyame pa se Saturday 20th June about to down so na ke se ase ho kofifosu kansa picture edase ho na omso omode beko na empuntuo ene mani so adi hunu amede ato omani no etimi abaso
mo fans ni bi wa ha kofifosu kansas flavor is everywhere in Asante Achim Central. The wind is blowing in his direction for a win come Saturday. Nana Mwako in Achimota. Kwadwo Bajiman is going back to parliament because the good delegates of Asante Achim North will vote massively for him. The return of KBA. Kwame Safu, NPP, Ni Boy Town. Now, Ni Boy Town. Now, one guy say, oh no. Anyway, let's see. Kofi Nkansa, aka Foot Soldiers President, is our hero. Okay, cool. Nana Ekuamwa Boating Ablekuma Central sends that one. Tell Kofi Nkansa is the man for the development of Asante Achim Central. And that is from Ankoma Foster. Our Achim Airebi. Kofi Nkansa Foot Soldiers Project. We leave no stone unturned. Farouk in Tema. And then he's not called Foot Soldiers President for nothing. He has earned that title through selfless leadership. Good guy, great MP he'll make. Kofi Ofosun Council all the way. Citizen Francis and a day and no abai. Okay, so various comments. Now, Kwadwo say you know, as I would na ko kan sinse mu.
O kwa me dem mi hu ni saka sinse mu. On say fita tuntum ye tuntum. Me hoto party ne enhyehyɛ yeso ɛna me ye ho adwuma medi MP da minim how ye prepare party album any how ye de beto aba me ye MP ye prepare album ni bisa ɛna ye de to aba sa album na ma me elusu ye no eti no obi entimi fa asonkwa ɛma mendane me achenchina black is always black, white is always white. Party no edi nhyehyɛ edi mraba se party no eka say oh se aka na otwa me abeto aba ye de abon foforo beba na ye de beto aba ni de wonim say sa na party no eka party na ache was very categorical say voters register ye de to aba constituency executives in February 2018 and one a year maintaining and I think that even after regulation no general secretary say the release by then say shase the same album na ye use so why producing a new album entirely?
Well, tell Kofi Ofosu his sister Mami Jimfua says opofu afa opofu ana opofu afa na eno no yeden na onimu mami onimu sister Mami Jimfua de
Mami Jimfua mi nwa papa
takum shito
mami me cheo
yo eni eja Mutinkwa. Anyway, Kwadwo, whilst we are taking no, you be sorry so, but una wo kwa kujina. Ade na be ka kire Asante Achim North for.
Come near Asante Achim for e kan say when you have two options, you make the right choice. Mako Parliament that make call one term. Ni also ako one term. They've seen the difference. Oma hu nia owo ahombrase no nyamisro nia osmana oko. Me wo Parliament na me opposition MP. So that na maban any power. I was there as a lonely child. It's a yababan mu MP or minister. Development I mean to me at the buyer even as parliamentary member me opposition. Eduma me to me at the core Asante Achim North. Mebuna mede mwapo mo emma mo hope more mo life. Emma ebi ene kwame me no ka say ebi through me initiative omo scholarship ebi law ebi medicine ewo amanone UK ni South Africa ni ade na yaba ban mu na yewo MP a osaye deputy minister omu ehu
na identity na person okọ back okọ eden
kwame enye it's not just about me, but it's about what the people want. And nipa no aso yemienu ahwe omahu difference. Omahu say kwajo ewo opposition kra no he was up there. It kana yaban anka osanya opportunity anka ne kwajo de be kwa Asante Achim North no anka ye edutwam. And even say menye MP ayewo aban mu no, they've seen how I lobby for them. They've seen the projects I've brought to the constituency. Youth mabuna ya pe adwuma amom kwame say who be full line say omo amom adwuma Asante Achim North and free omo kroma krana, you'll be surprised. So the people want a positive impact. Obia odin call parliament oba besesan omo dachi empanifo epe obia your friend is so omra omo na ase na esmo na obeko. What me marvel you to know me as a minister say work Ghana, about 90% were my former colleagues in parliament. It me call a bimo office. What me obeko no MP Yasman is omra no omra represent you kroma na omeje no manko no ubedu na wasman PA
media ani am internal politics and
no make sure sir who be said the entire Asante Achim for them Mozambique and ye probia Yasman na ono abetu anamo akope enipa eni nyuma papa abre in the constituency, and the people have faith and trust in Kwajo Banjima.
Let's wait for what the national executives will say. But this one says, I normally don't take interest in our internal party politics. I'm not an indigenous of Asante Achim, but Kofi Ofosun cancels the traits of a potential great MP. Justice Abeku Newton Ofei. And by Samuel Brian Boabing says, KBE and Kofi Ofosun deserve the nod to serve the party and government better in parliament. They've shown what they can do both in opposition and in power, and loads of messages coming through. But Metro break na major na. But before I become this one says, foot soldier president is for gold. Nothing can shortchange that vision. Kwesi Reynolds, Agona Dobing, and then Jamaluddin says Kofi is undoubtedly a great guy, humble, accommodative, calm, respectful. Okay, he goes on and on and on, and. Excellent human relationship. Okay, Kofi say offense naji me na aboso. Omaji aboso ntino. Meja wa hansa. Kofi fusu yo mate. Odama sibebre. Kojoba so ewa ha. Ntino ani ebeka kire general secretary ni omo makeka. Say mo man nye ntemwe. Anyway, Kofi, any comment?
Chama mecha Asante Achim Central for nyina enkro no kono odumase dwiase praso kramu krom adum krom nuso boatin krom beposo ene enkro aka nyina ofa kokoko ane nso a petensa nyabo obenimase bimma cheche biase kwa akoko atunso ne cheche renso echemu ho na afi wakwajara agona akọ hene kwanta communities 20 nyina ya chemu nyina yani so edi no emse edi atudwa amamwate a ngumesua amampan na adan kwakufu ada Roma say free SHS aba enu free ho ana yensan ye tertiary education nso hia eti yen scholarships a enne mene aban nyuma dinkita wodi etimeji bi ba mrekwa menya me MP kron beto aso aye ne sa Dr. Uchum, Deputy Minister of Education, Rebecca Charles said the main distinguishing factor between South Korea and Ghana Ghana ne and say almost tertiary enrollment ratio no over 90%. Ghana here there from Kumabi less than 20. And then ama these two economies no and say some because human resources no na development amani benya. Nti Asante Achim Central yenso yebekoso na ya pefutu bia ye de beboa emabunu no nwumasua koso. Vocation and apprenticeship training and also ebema home scholarship. Sports development nyame ada Roma Asante Achim hunyenya Suleiman Tari Rabiu Mohammed Eric Nkansa and Miami Nyajo Ampoma by the national athletes we nyina. I can say potential athletes there you will be pa kwa be na be so infrastructure sports authority chairman.
Make us say o final comment so na ife dey AI o campaign message.
Me the manifesto na your final comment.
Mr. Mami so so mini ada jesa.
One district one factory amanfo anya yenye bi chairman ni pi me nya be MP 2000 jobs.
Mate
ebe brosa.
Me ba be ma o final
ye ko me da na ase ho campaign slogan nso ye afa entifu soldiers na Asante Achim Central for nyina me da na ase ho afa me da mu nyina mas.
This one says you've got my boss at the digital center this morning. Kofi, say hi to him from my hideout in England, David Ofori in Leicester.
England. Also help me head of operations.
I'll say
David. I didn't know
you, Mate. Right, Itigojo, me Martinkwa, hopefully be
me that's a comment.
And Kojo ni Kofi, Monday and Friday.
If you're a weekend,
I wish you well.
Yeah, that's it.
All the best. Iti Kojo Ba Ajiman, aspiring parliamentary candidate for Asante Achim North, and Kofi Ofosun Kansa, aspiring parliamentary candidate for Asante Achim Central on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party. And I'm with you, Monkana, 23 minutes to the top of the hour. One more and not to four. Celebrating the life of a great artist. May he find rest. Yeah, friend, now, babe. I babe Santana. Pius and I'm Hajide or Happy Secret to Hanope. This one says, happy birthday to Wendy. Enjoy your birthday, Wendy, from the Office of the Chief of Staff, Office of the President. This one is from Nana to you. Ampa. Oh, Abiku Santana.
What
Bye-bye. Good morning. You go ahead and have a good listening time enjoying Abeku. Ali vaguely suggested Abeku be Abeku Santana. I beg. Talk say BM. PK, you want me to play Akitechua? If you're lucky, I'll play it at the end of the show. Once again, happy birthday, Mr. Eric Ajiman. Love from your wife, Mrs. Howard Ajiman, and the Ajiman family of East Airport. The Otriakosa family of Accra and Jamasi, and your friends and stuff. Wishing you God's blessings, Mr. Eric Ajiman. Yo, Mrs. Kill. Thank you for showing up. Have a good day. And so PK, I'll play Akitichu at the end of the show, I promise. Stay tuned in. Peace 104.3. Pass.
Chairman General.
Boko dear.
Nyamia dom any mumpaibo.
Yeah, then Nyamia si.
Say one so boko dear.
Oh, I think divine selection. Nyamia dominti. Yahuye papa. Bragazi.
Yes, sir.
Marching.
Yeah.
Boko dear.
Oh, we other form.
Yeah, that's it. Yahu Friday. Yahu brother Tracy. Jack Toronto Johnny now. So I saw them CPP. Unam how them say.
Oh, must I be saying.
Yeah, I know pay that. So yeah, what that je. Pius. And Electoral Commission be come Rashebedrum over preparations for new register. Here graphic anima 6 political parties ready, 3 opposed, 1 undecided, according to Daily Graphic. The controversy over the new register continues. ECDR 2 just said every 30th. That is in about how many days? 2 weeks from now. On Befiasie. That was saying.
Yo Chairman General, yadi kai medasi na mamincha na mincha itifu nyina.
Yeah, Joseph Papa.
Ejabo eja enya bedufie ewia nesa. Yedi asida ebema otwedi ampon. Media sama meka ne da bia ne se ebinum beka se eja betum asembesi media minim se Ghana se na yetie pa se yebetu aso sadia me wogidie se yentumi emfa abato anase register ikwan so a ade no muda ho sei na di hoye biaba enti media meda nyamia sese nkakra no emi se ye koye ni mu anesa wo share graphic ni mu ase na wo kan ye no ye see be 6 political parties and aka se o matiase a sisi ade o maye krado se o mu be eka sa adwuma no ho ye see 3 miensa esi wo mu de o munya ya anka ema yen atwende no na ba ko de won nsi so chese o ye undecided me jimi di se Electoral Commission for Ebeko Parliament na ntutuye a o maye because me tie ye no mu bi so a some of the concerns no so preparations ye wo COVID mo sisia obia ye nyina na mo a mask hye ye social distancing na se for me jimi di se by the time a isi for ebe wie wo monkomodie no e wo parliament ya wo mu be asuro ye nyina ama ya ti asese hyehyeye egu akwam se sadie ye betumi aya abra emfa o how p entu nipa suidie na 3 ne anyone aka no wo mu so ebe ba be ka 6 na wo mu enyanti ase dada no ehu we aye nyina no ye se ye man be tumpon akonanim na ye mate bebre kasa se wade no kra no sika na be komu sa sika no yentumi emfa nkosi school da yentumi emfa nkoye we enye fufuro kra is not new argument chamanja obeka ya hyase no na ye di cheat ene to aba ye ba ya be ye trans opaque ballot papers say tumukura ne wo mukura wontumi ho ye free opaque ballot papers ya ye ballot boxes ya ye ko ye black and white voter ID cards na ye call colored na ye call biometric ni nyina mu no ye ko ye nim no na binom say o sika na ye di esisa opaque ballot boxes no say betumi school die ye colored voter ID card no yes you black and white no say sikana edi be ye colored no ebetimi aye say impo biometric aye ko ne nanu ye kra no some of those same arguments were raised nti enye new, but the point is that a change there you only change for the better ni aye was say no yes ye di bia be ka ho ye wo sisia no ye wo biometric aye thumbprint verification you see ye koye nim ye di another layer ye iris ye di wenin kosua facial recognition ebe ka ho na se wodi wunsa ese machine no so na amfa ye move straight to manual verification na me dem fo say ya de pa se wo hwe abana ye to no 2008 na se ye ko third round mpo na one single constituency and to me determine why ni obedi president e ye manmo na say manual verification betumi abemu dia and it can be tricky and it say manual verification no ye betwa kwa echire kakra na another layer bi ebeba na akwakoye say a last resort say ya ye nia nipa betumi aye nyina amfa ansana ye betumi akọ manual verification ni dia me dem feel say it will only enhance the integrity of our electoral process ebiomu so no womo a machine no womo ye yi eton di ma yen a support to the register no register na nkasa no dey say a paper
ebia ka say san komo ya di ahanyina ye twem we're gone past all of this.
I think so. I mean me feel say
baby aye do no it looks as if say idea be baso.
Well, I agree. Until me feel say we need the long talk bia yen twa ne tew na yen encourage electoral commission say true in shisha because register ne there say na wo kan ye bia ya akwadri ye de mra ekromashe bedwafie amana macho me say assembly pe ene wo supreme court no kra no ye koye nim e wo sasem no ho the processes are going on say Yesu Kristo amba before the 30th that's a bibia answer chira dia and then na akwa say akwa chira din anisa enti no nhihye ben na electoral commission e de betudwa Veronica Bucket ya ye de bedi djuma yi eni nasifo temperature check yi omuko mashebe dwafia omuma ye ntiase me de me pilot project na omu ye no me de meni eko ba kumienu bi na me hu ye during the exhibition omu ye no say sa pepepe na omu be ye main registration ni dia and the beboa na ye nyina ye ndi emra no so na ye ndi nhihye no so na ye ntua so challenge na ye ntumi nka say covid-19 abante no che say eniem ni bia hu hia say ye be ye no ye be ka say da bi ye nye aba no ye betu covid wo ho covid ni ho ye betu man bebre eto aba nhihye na gu ho a wo be ye November ye mpo America for ye de etu ye de December November bebe America for kwa kwato aba entino kwainin hihye ya ye be boni pa ho ba no enu na hia sese mini wo ya adwene se nia yaka maybe atwemu ide yaka ama ye de akosi ho ntiase ne omo matiase no ntiase ye djuma ye koye ne mentino kakra mi woka efa sa electoral commission for adwuma no ho enie we wish omo we na ye nyina so ye hunu ne say ye right say ye betwere ye din na ya to aba ye to be makwan say abatu no because what want to aba to aba nhihye ya ye beba no wo ye Ghana ni nkwan ya wotie manu anase be bia wo bia no emra bia ye be hye no ebi efa ho papa pa wo mo man to aba amfa man na do dankwa kufado no ɛho nso aso ba ye no omo nya omo kɔ free SHS no omo ma ekobi nkola no so kobi ni enema pii dum so a yetumi ma sisi aba fam no yentumi nka se wo a want to aba no wo de dum so edas ho ɛwɔ wo fie da bi nyesa na yetumi ka no mebi atwemu yeto aba mentumi nka se me MPP ni a meto aba edi ma NDC ntino NDC cancel teacher training allowance no mimi die nkora na oma a cancel da bi omo ye NDC for no krapo ebi omo to aba no anase omo antu krampo na ye cancel omo die nso enti aba no de wo say nyina ye kan humbo mu na ye nto aba no ye try na ye ndi hihye no so na ye nkotwere ye de ne epepepe challenge na medase
kwesi baby eba bedru ni mpacho wadwen kire te say
na kwame mpacho say asemo ye kan ehia pa say ye de nukure trudo ebekasem
yo
anopay minua pious any the ubon krata ne bi say 6 political parties ya GBB atumu a say ye kwa new register.
That's a graphic
different newspapers.
Okay,
Maza parties ebo modern Convention People's Party kan miti hey me a member of the Central Committee of the Convention People's Party.
Okay,
me a chairman of the Logistics Committee of the party. Party has never taken any such decision.
Really?
Yes. The party has not taken any decision to support the compilation of a new voters register. Inti abani sen mokotwe CPP abeshemu CPP yanka hwe monte hwe free ano. Emi hu. Anu so free fa. Inti masa ebehia se e de nokure trodo ene de be kansa asem we say. Anu ye number 1. Masa to sumi ye den nenne itimi ka se ekwan bi aso no register no new register no be baso. Asemi was Supreme Court in yamu asemi. The Supreme Court be asemi na san call Electoral Commissioner for a beye den ya new register. It is not possible.
Question your Supreme Court say assistant so nim sir.
Assistant. Masa anopay there's a law lecturer at Jimpa has written an opinion piece. A friend of Justice Sai can read it here. And Sai Masa say Supreme Court no ejitu say the old voters a friend is saying the old registration form no is a valid document for entering onto a register. It means that you are not compiling a new register.
So what would you be doing?
You'll be reviewing the register. There's a law lecturer, Dr. Justice Mary Makam says yeah.
Anyway, Supreme Court is the final arbiter.
What's it?
May say good opinion, but Supreme Court will be the final arbiter.
You understand? You understand? Supreme Court has not made a decision, and we cannot be sitting here making decisions for the Supreme Court and so on. Na masa anopa ma kan bibia me hu ya dwiri mi kakra. Anopa de ubon krata no baako. Ye nua ba maame jin mensa. Paper ben paper na friend daybreak kratafa enson. O say nipa omo wu a omo din wo register no so no. Omo ye 1 million. Yanjin 2. Inti oni nipa 1 million omo register no so. Just take them off. So we need 1 million names are registered no so. How does that become reason for compiling a new voters register? Because all you have to do is to take the names off. And we have a clean register. Iti me what dream me ntiase. Say ati hey ye name. Say nipa 1 million or register no so omowu ye name omudin and so on. Then you go and compile a new register. Why don't you just take the names off the register? I mean, what dream you are not pay? I mean, some of these things, they don't just add up. You understand? Masa, you fair no so and tuncheng. Many nipa bebre din komo from different political parties in here. The me sure say many pious so nin kwafo din komo. Many kwafo din komo omo ka kire me say. Omo de omo person omo to aba. Now in this current situation here, you woman, one registration center and resting a life to go and register.
Into your bed out over.
And teachers said they won't be able to vote.
But
they will not be able to vote.
Yeah, you see old register and the Yombako.
Oh, and just you will bear 6 months more, 5 months more. Ebi do hono na COVID situation na asakra.
What if in Sakra?
Sakra Masa say the risk will be 2. You'll be taking the risk 2 times to register and to vote. You can reduce it to 50%. Can reduce the risk by 50%. You understand? You can reduce the risk by 50%. Minimum kofo bebre MPP abayo bipa minini din komo. I say, hey, me na me nko risk ade say na ekoyi. Say ye to 12,000. Minister no mu no o hwa pomudin so no. Oswafo hwa pomudin oda ho. Meanwhile, obi eni Ghana ho beti obeka che me say oswafo o hwe apomudin no when this share no man penin di betu ho no so. What this so? What your face masks? Why your social distancing? Why you nyinara eso da ho? You understand? Oswafo no emu. Unless obeka che oswafo no ondi ni o man penin di betu dwaro no ni so. What this so? Eso da ho. Or the home is here and your bomb pie man, my penis and bomb pie man. I go so a bomb pie man said the way of better. So it's too risky. It's too risky. Masa, what do you know to China? Sabio, any animal a stream, any animal was stream. Yana a real figure and as an in Ghana ye. The North has only one rainy season. Meaning some minima. One rainy season. Emira you almost say June, planting season. Omunja omofo no ho no munko register.
But how long does it take to register, Kwesi?
Kwame maybe I will not bet me how long it takes to register.
Because I will say omunja omofo no ho no. And I may be say I don't know how long does
registration ya be paying. I thought that be kono enso enu so. Yeah. Kufi no asamba. Mebo. Obi kra wo ho obetu kwan 3 days and some what me could do for me register and so we know all this unless I would name Ghana electoral map and send it here. Meanwhile yes we crowd the social distancing until the time for registration a be cost change previous ones no a be social distancing e di can almost cast can 25 per and one be will be allowed into the perimeter for registration. Say no, ebinum ka se wanya nipa 100 and so on. Send the TBR no, there will be limitations as to the numbers. Obiara registered via this cleaning machines near the Nansan of Rubber. That is increasing the time. So it's going to take a lot of time to register people and so on. Oh, into way na kese edi sabio tafra chenya dum edi kwadwindwin mu. Masa anu achi no. Hwe ayi anopai me kind the Ubon Crata and open me by my to me boy kind the Ubon Crata and pa. From penning for the omu say yenye consensus. From penning for the door omu nyen DC for omu nyen PP for but obia say yen tra hon yen kasam ni yen adwene nko benkro ni empe kwan ya ye faso ni ya emma wodwentwi bi amba we nya sem papa we enya sem papa ala braka dia na moye no basa sa as de kitu o masa toda beti no binum say ye ne wa ban mu ye more position for dictating and so on. Go and look at our electoral history. Of our electoral history
obikaza
unti
minti da
amemati unti ya memati na pacho
wana kai
pious
Mementi say my education. Mementi.
Martin several times. So yeah, my opposition in deciding what to do and so on. Martin Bebre. Me sure say TFO is what Bebre. On American. Number 2, you read the electoral history of Ghana. So read the electoral history of Ghana. Seminsro Atra. Kwame.
Crazy.
More than 90% of the electoral reforms came about as proposals from MPP in opposition. Not in government, in opposition. More opposition, which made the proposals, but more BRG2 more the Eduma. You understand? Why? Yasha say no. Now your opaque ballot boxes. Ballot boxer, say we would the abandon to my own and they call transparent ballot boxes. If you buy. It was the new patriotic party in opposition. and this suggestion by and a Ghana for in a G2 Musa more opposition there. Now, so some more can about whom, Nansa whom, into the engineer and Fanyajuma. Massa, you be free black and white ID, a beco color ID. Now, when your opposition are more than by Yanjantu. It's more than one position which means the suggestion, but you did to move the Edma. No obedient opposition don't me for suggestion. But what is that? Nja sadia no ne nhwe ne ento abani ye ento aba crunching ye to aba no crunching wie na se MPP din kunimu a masa I salute ne agiatum na mo aban mu na mo te ho na mo ye ne mo beyo ya to aba na se Ghana for so mo mpemu a mo pem ba bi afa na ne beto ma no no aba ne ebu ye man ne ye kwa anim sa ne se ba no na chinchin ye kwa ye new register isu sabio ta frache reason said imagine we would see any nsi we can see any na apai nsi aden masa kwa me my bread
Kwasi Pratse wa brand new voter register and yebenya yentie say Electoral Commission be ko mrahye bedwam akodi ho nkomo so far yin say isi akache say June 30 yebe starting and then let's see. Tell Kwesi that estimating the number of dead people on the register is no big deal and statistical. Deleting those names is legal and procedural. The EC cannot just expunge names. Bob Mensah says so. The number of dead people. The number of dead names on the register is not the only reason for compiling a new one. There are other reasons as well, says Ben. And then this one says, okay, move on. I think the issue regarding the new voter register is done and it's coming on. Those who are not interested, well, don't register. Kwejo Edupako Achim assume. Well, let's see what happens on the 23rd of December. Of June, I beg your pardon. That is New Year next week, Tuesday, baby. A lot of new polling stations have been created out of the existing ones to minimize overcrowding. So COVID-19 is the new reason for non-compilation of register. Leviticus Powers Kaswa sends that one. Move on. Maybe 1 minute. I'm saying message speed there, bano. I'm not me see how to be. Okay, in Pachopa is brim.
Chamanja me da say anga kwesi obi anka ne da say opposition ye ma wo kwan say kire wadwene. En yam pass ye wo opposition ye kire ya adwene. O kire wadwene na eto dodo na so mu eto Electoral Commission na omu kura 2 minutes say odi adwenkyere ne ba omu na omu be take decision eto wo mu trimu na omu di tutu wo mu nhihye ne ho na ebefa na omu di ye adwuma so no ene sunu say ubeka say me ye opposition ti no makan kwan dia wo say wuji ne fa ye adwuma 2016 pu ye MPP for ye opposition ye ka say register ne sisemu ye hu dede ama Kokrokoo ni bia omu ni ye adwene kra ye demonstration ama ye bunko for pai ba kokra ni ye we nyina echi no Electoral Commission said there be asema mo aka no at this time no enya dia me ye krado say me ye register fufuro say obi anka say ye opposition ti no chinchina nchi ye ka no enya adwuma eti wo kasem na etoni pa asum na omudi ye adwuma so no opegidi a wo ka ye kan ye eto asum omudi ye adwuma true say changes ni bebre ye na ye di aba because ye na da bia no ye adwene kwan ye be fa so a ye be develop the integrity of your electoral system no ye na da bia no ye adwene ho nti no ema ne nya nwanwa say most of the proposals no every hoba but a banner eto asuma biometric register say ye na ye di ba ye idea no na ye opposition but ye kan na man to asum no ye di adwuma but say woody na ba say 2016 de na ye di ba ya yanji antum no we moved on enti ye ntumi nka say wo opposition ti no wo kan woody na e wo say wo tumi ka wo aban mu mpo na woody adwene bi ba na say to asum a eni kwan say wo say Electoral Commission jintum so it doesn't matter whether you are in opposition or in government. What we are trying to assert in say we must all protect the independence of the Electoral Commission. Say wo aban mu wo ni aban mu eni kwan say wo say ma wo opportunity say wo na wo be kire ni Electoral Commission enye na covid ye ade die na wo fa ken ese ebia na covid no ebipo a wo nyame mpengu die ebipo a ye bedu December kra no na ye di ni chance nti ento aba nyame mpengu die abane yebetu ye covid etiasie ewo hoyi wo fa wo ye wodwuma kama nhihye ya wo be bo wo hu ban no wo ye entinu entra me make say ye ma conversation no enko entinu how are we nhihye ebe na edi gu akwamu ase registration no ebetumi akoso totin say na no yi wo mo ye pilot over 2,000 people registered. Echo 13 because omudi nhihye egu akwamu a yebetumi afaso a register. Se beka say covid intino and they say covid intino to me ba studio ha. Eni na say for covid intino obi ntumi nkwa adwuma. But uba studio ha sesi a say sesi no bucket esi ho me ba no pay omu maame esamachi ekofa me kra books akese intino me jam me face mask. Omu maame esamachi kofa me face mask e ba ye. Me ba ye no omu se me room nsa wie omu sa maame hand sanitizer. Omu se me share mask na sa me remu. Me bedu ha omu sa maame hand sanitizer. Omu di ventilator si ha eye we intino nhihye.
But you ventilator.
Kafra diffuser. Kafra diffuser. Omu di diffuser.
Diffuser no way.
Omu di diffuser.
Also ni father because akunya montoka me nka ho.
Omu di diffuser.
Una wo share bonu ma no.
Kwesi misraw. Oni father e wo montoka mu yi. Ko mu mienu mu bo mabusu ya me nka ho. Myself.
Kama. Enti nhihye wo ho ye betumi dia boy hu bai. Na me di ba na wie ye no. Wofa CPP ade se wo so ye nipa ba ko. Ebia ye committee bia one kwa minim but graphic no go graphic be go but in any case no for me no parties no do so bebre se impo baako na internal dispute ewo ho ebinum se yenji ntumu na dodo no se yaje atomu na wo a o si ema yenji ntumu who say that is not
but
the position
a quick one on the CPP there no graphic story and say Omone Kabila Kasai
Secretary General no
General Secretary or said the party had already alerted its members in the regions to the exercise and urged them to prepare for it. However, Mr. Bonfes said it was barely 6 months to the December elections. The exercise would be a Herculean task. Indeed, this is from Acting General Secretary.
Acting General Secretary
I don't know to Vinka.
Because there has been no such party decision.
Interesting.
This Acting General Secretary because there has been no such party decision.
And over Muko meeting na mako gaba we ni enim ni se ni Africa ka
menya information why menya information o diffuse dey bro
o say
yeah dey bro
me das oh kwame nti na ya me pe wasem
kwasi mu sha da pe masem sa
pe wasem ka sa na American
yeah
over na kwa say yimu eya ba ha o
are
na say ye mienu na wa ha ye chicha diffuser so so ni tumi nya ba ko
na masa o du betumi ana some na be so can say
okay wafajia enye hwe mewie enti no
okay masa mpacho
yes
ni aminu pious eken masa enye no kreda se electoral reforms aye na etwamu no sabio electoral commission ne pe ene de yoye ene no kre agro no yesu ni mu kakra I used to serve on the IPAC until ni mu kakra pacho
no mentia say you ya force electoral commission na ye na bida
there be tini American abetia say masa em say after 1992 ene kudu pempen so bi and electoral commission penny for lankasa ye o madwene na ye no won din kita ho no mo ye o madwene say senya Ghana about one seven senya TNT kebe ya ka miribia no yenya the consensus of the major players to be able to move forward any adequate IPAC. The IPAC was the forum for consensus building and yet the dictatorship of the Electoral Commission.
And the IPAC EBG Electoral Commission for powers mandates.
May can say deliberately a forum for consensus building was created and to avoid the dictatorship of the Electoral Commission and so on. And if some reforms that happening now, it was as the result of consensus at IPAC. Check. You can check. You understand? it was a result of consensus at IPAC.
It's no American. So what the idea ba IPAC na say do no to say 6 political parties ya omagia to mu awusi ye ba kun free mu yi. Na do oji to mu a consensus no sometimes no by majority decision. No nchire say ye nyina ye ti table no so no ye nyina ye nka se ane ansa na ye dwuma. Do no se ane a ye betumi de ye dwuma. Enti ye ken do na se ane. Enti no want to me kasa me nkua de me si de bi enti no.
Sasa na wo kanwa. No any IPAC ne want to me nti IPAC isi ne want to me nti isi na say ejitumu no say ebobra
debi IPAC debi ebobra bia e say consensus wo kana mutiase a ne awo to me say odi be ye adwuma no so mo betumi IPAC betumi aye consensus say ye ko ne say na electoral commission say debi ade no ani mra no ebobra electoral commission will not implement it. They will be held responsible say because etosia not IPAC. It is the electoral commission that will be held responsible. Say because tosia electoral commission
opening
so into me in fact IPAC wo hontinu to me aye my electoral commission ya Jeff electoral commission for them e dey political parties because omo IPAC any civil societies omo IPAC. We cannot encourage that.
Opening piles misrewara bibie ni ho eche say ya ma electoral commission to me bia
e constitution
ebru to me a Ghana for to me bibie ni ho sa. The independence of the electoral commission is not unfettered. So you can't put a case at all times.
That's the independence of nobody or no institution is unfettered.
Me that's it.
And you know, it is straight knowledge.
Me that's pass for Musa. That's a sign that there. And bibia ye biano ni hia ne se hia pa ne se
obi tra obi dia obi be court and I say obi be parliament obi be yes there are checks and balances and you know shisha ya no no and who dia wo feel say electoral commission ti amra na want to mean kase wo nipa no wo na wo kwa stop a system bi wo ho a wo be fa so and na NDC for court I me there no and na nyina hwe nim say sisi omasemu asisa omanu asisa kakra o Supreme Court
obi announce sign
okay omanu sisa mpo a say court buata ni wi a na ye nyina ye de ni that's all we are saying until me sumi da sisa kakra o anke kwesi wo akasa no wo follow discussion kakra me hu say ye to associate kra wo so benya ntiase say at the end of the day no consensus building na ya aka no ya ye na ebetumi aye electoral commission are consulting widely we are meeting with stakeholders bebre we political parties can ho civil society can ho sisi ano ye nyina ye free ho ye si register no ye ba be ye sisi an common na wo say ye de ne say kwan be na ebetumi afa so a ye trading na ye betumi aye no emfa or how emba. That is what the discussion must be about now.
That is what the discussion has been from the beginning.
No, the discussion has moved from the cost. The discussion has been about we don't even need a register in the first place. We have gone through all that phase. Sisi ano yajia to muse register na ba. Sisi ano
na ye kind grab. Was Supreme Court and Supreme Court babe ma judgment next Tuesday. Was yajia to ya ko fa hin e ko di tu mu masa. Ya ko fa e ko di tu mu Supreme Court.
But then there was Supreme Court you say. Say ne o Supreme Court aminim ebi anama bon but obi nkyere me and say electoral commission ebe voter register dia and your yampini near old voter ID card and count. That is what I know is there and anyenwa
Kwame Pacho Dr. Justice me kind Dr. Justice's view. Dr. Justice, a law lecturer at the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, has explained that the choice of relief made by the lawyer for the National Democratic Congress, Edwidzi Tamaklo, in the Supreme Court case between the National Democratic Congress and the Electoral Commission is akin to killing two birds with one stone. The Harvard-trained lawyer noted that by choosing that the NDC wants the Supreme Court to declare that the current voter ID card can be as proof of one's Ghanaian citizenship to enable the holder to register in the upcoming voters registration exercise means that the NDC has succeeded in its quest to get the court to declare that the EC has no power to compile a new voters register.
Okay.
The Supreme Court today directed so. Dr. Sai justified the NDC's choice, and this is in quotation. To understand Edwidzi Tamaklo's choice of relief number 2 over relief number 1, you need to first understand the core purpose behind the idea of a new register. We're a law professor in Ekasayo. I know it's impossible to get the purpose from the EC's conduct and communications. They've been erratic, although, so look to the MPP's argument in support of the new register. If you follow the MPP's argument very thoughtfully, you did have no doubt in your mind that the purpose of the proposed register is to do away with the existing one completely. Now that we know the purpose, let's see why we leave 2. A declaration that the existing voter ID should be part of the identification documents doesn't change NDC's case.
Well, I know you're a law professor. Let's wait for
There's a law professor.
So let's wait for the law lords.
Anyway,
but let's wait for the lords of law.
There are obvious limitations
to decide in the Supreme Court.
Lord, but there are obvious limitations. In fact, for the fact, there's no MPP argumentation in the Supreme Court. It's the Electoral Commission's argumentation.
He's not referring to your arguments in court. He's referring to your arguments such as those that you are making.
But I'm saying that there's an Electoral Commission argumentation in court. Why not? In the matter, you are making reference to the matter in court. Why don't you make reference to the argumentations in court? Now we'll say the MPP's argumentation in this MPP ni Electoral Commission in Yasem. There be Electoral Commission ni NDC in Yasem. And who koka NDC for a case ya. MPP EC4 argumentation or ubeye. You are comparing apples to bananas. Number 2. The NDC simply no.
I think you should be fair to this law lecturer.
Anyway,
he's making comments on a matter which is public. He's not sitting as a Supreme Court judge. So he's free to comment on all other comments which have been made in public, including the MPP comments. Be fair to him.
Supreme Court,
but really, the 23rd is what? 7 days from next week. Next week Tuesday. The law lords will decide.
They will decide.
It will be interesting.
But it doesn't bring the matter to a close. Because it
after Supreme Court, you better review
Massa. Massa, you a deputy minister.
And to me, besides, who say better review Biana.
And you have the full bench of the court in the transaction. You know that.
I know.
And you know that the rules allow for
review.
For review. You know that.
And besides, are there plans?
Master, besides, there are other cases before the Supreme Court on this voters register, and I don't know. So there are 2 other cases apart from the NDC case. You don't know that.
Well, my understanding is that my understanding is that Supreme Court judgment here, whichever way it goes, determine how the Electoral Commission will proceed going forward. The
Supreme Court is determining on Tuesday
in America
whether or not we should use the old voter ID card for purposes of identifying ourselves as Ghanaians above the age of 18. So that's the determination which the Supreme Court would make. And what there are 2 other Ghanaian citizens who have filed cases at the Supreme Court. One is that the EC has no power to compile a new voter list.
But this man, that case now,
the Supreme Court the EC has no power to compile.
Yes, there's a case before the Supreme Court.
Wow.
There's a case before the Supreme Court.
If it's before the Supreme Court, I'll leave my comments. Supreme Court,
there's a case before the Supreme Court. In fact, there are 3 cases before the Supreme Court.
Anyway,
but you are not aware.
The General Secretary of the NDC and the case and be nano ya.
Who names that there are 3 cases before the Supreme Court?
But I'm saying that it is very similar to relieve the NDC as a party.
So what?
So for me, cases need be what they are dead on arrival. They are dead on arrival.
Supreme Court.
Analysis.
Oh, dear, Mestre say
analysis.
Who says dead on arrival? You know how the Supreme Court is going to decide.
Mestre say, yeah, Kassan we no, Yentri Adrian Brass say, court
okay.
Now, on the substantive. We are not denigrating the court.
There be also dead on arrival.
Now,
the pious.
Oh, Martin Chamaja,
let the law lords decide whether it's dead on arrival, dead in departure, alive on arrival, alive at departure.
It is also possible. It is also possible, sir. And your panel we are ADND system and the two other cases. It is just possible. There may be entirely different panels.
Na scenarios game ya ye place is no me na mentias you. Emrane de bakupe. Anti paneling or no paneling no. Emrane bakupe this scenario games and the possibility of a review, possibility of a change of panel. We na akwako say we are holding on to straws and we want to do anything at all costs to scatter we be. The law is one and the same.
Pious. Ghana Embrapon 1992 constitution and yes straw.
There be the games, the gimmicks, no. And we say what drop away now. I go for now.
1992 constitution and yes straw.
Minkasa.
Interpret the constitution now. It's not hanging on to straw.
Minkasa. But you also know, say there are technicalities here. Yet to me, you should to say strategy.
Whatever the strategy, no. It has to conform to the provisions of the 1992 constitution. And the 1992 constitution and yes straw.
Don't be unfair to me. I'm talking about the strategy. The baby una want in year, moment in year. Say, the woman me can year, una want in year, the 10 year. Me see. Me see. The baby come a casa year that would 10 year. Say, me see. Strategies be games ya wo ye da me bia wo tu no sese no se wo boda me a otumi bo na ya chiu ha na ni na strategy and I make say ade no kwa koye se o ya to dem bia ade no strategy bi wo say na wo ye scenarios no say ye betumi aye review ha ye wie review na obi so e betumi asa court wa ha na wa kwa ye we na ye we nyina akwa koye say strategy.
Life in itself is a strategy.
Strategy. Na moye.
Masan pacho. Dem ha me we. Me need them be our. Me to them we ha.
We need a electoral damage, a political damage.
Pacho. Ade ye say ye church ya dream. Na ye church ya dream no ye mrasam. Etimakofa 1992 constitution. Na me share the various possibilities. Ni American meboa. Won't me go review. Supreme Court judgment by a review any year now. Ni American meboa said there are two other cases before the Supreme Court. Meboa. According to the rules, no, two other cases before the Supreme Court. Would they be determined by the same panel? According to the rules, as you know.
But Kwesi, clarity, Kaka. Are you sure, say NDC has not dropped the case against the authority of the EC to compile a new register?
I haven't said it has not dropped the case.
Because I mentioned it earlier and you disputed it.
Can say the effect, according to Dr. Sai, the effect of insisting that the old voter ID card
will mean say they are reviewing, not compiling.
Not compiling, that's what I'm saying.
Is it not semantics? Review and compile, no?
Yeah. Review and compile. Go to Article 45 of the 1992 Constitution.
Well, as I said, my expertise is not in law.
The 1992 Constitution.
Including major omomunim law.
And I say, catch and say, near NDC for a drop on or before fraud yaba. That's what you're saying now. Near NDC for a drop on. Relief one na NDC for a drop no obi fufro fi usi infa domi bo baby sisi ase afi de obi di nia NDC for na drop no obi di aba
minkasa nia can say two citizens of Ghana have filed cases at the Supreme Court.
One of them bringing
may he finish.
I know your interpretation. I am not doing that interpretation. A citizen of Ghana, Electoral Commission has no right to compile a new voters register, has gone to the Supreme Court.
But that's what the NDC dropped.
So what?
So I'm just stating the facts. I'm not saying interpret it. The fact that near NDC for a drop no obi fufro
what kind of case?
That's why we can. So I just want clarity.
Just who name say?
Oh man, don't come and put me on the spot. Don't come and put me on the spot. No. I will not let you have that pleasure. Where are we? Maybe some.
I love that.
Send a market say minimum say near NDC for a drop no. Obi fufuro san for e dia ba.
You said there are 2 other
cases. Who be some say me have you say no. Me see near minimum say near NDC for a drop no. Obi fufuro e san the court Supreme Court. Me afi me yiwa no.
There be only man. Ona wo to dame. What should the partner wo to dame? But the man say there are 2 other cases before the Supreme Court.
Me see me say near NDC for a drop no. Uni mo bi kura wo san nim baby ofre. Esa ndi akọ Supreme Court ni NDC for a drop.
Mimbi sa baako. Say ECB a over register.
What was it?
Say ECB at the end 30th would you register?
This is the mean to me you want. Okay. No, I'm very honest with you.
Yes. I want the discussion, yeah.
Because Master, as someone may be something on
yeah.
So see senior yari esi teni wo ye memo ha. Oh, mpacho anope kind of bonkratano.
We've had more than 200 new cases today. Kwesi to aso.
Nya no pope, parliament. When some parliament kase MPs no kre bia nya bi na omo ye wagadre no omo ba dem ho enti members of parliament omo kumatu kind of the bonkratano. When senior dia teni Ghana police for omo nya bi wo ho and so on. Na se sanet here there near be registration. Meanwhile, I'm bearing in mind something. Master Pacho tell me you. On my so for Pomudin, a so.
Says what Canada.
Me sense Simu be able to Casam. Pacho. On my so for I was share a Pomudin so. And your man Peninka say, why you pepe? You say, Catawano, Wakatanano, Catawini, Wakatani, Hogro Wonsa, or Ronensa, for sanitizer, Yonsa, or Yenina, or Daho. Into your no pay moon or the hosado. Men are men risking my life and Franco. That's
just a you
session a damn corner by your mommy.
That's a person who register.
This is just one part of the consideration. You understand?
So if health minister put that one,
hey, on moon the ho,
and I mean registration. What registration?
Now make I want yes.
No, what do we
want yes.
What do you
or no, Bibia is here, Bia. As what the ho. Or no, as you arrested.
Oh, they be arrested.
Arrested.
When you have COVID, arrested.
Chairman, the whole.
Chairman.
Chairman.
I know that ho.
Or the ho. Miss me call the ho.
Not the question. They are registered because they are coming in there. Anyway, that's true.
Chairman,
now you are any road. In that road, then there's a massa. And yeah, massa.
Question. I got 2 weeks, so 2 weeks, Pepe.
Hey, massa, who names some more dear to me? See, you are near road.
Chairman,
answer. The officer now, a brand be by. Also, COVID-19 when you are road. Now, you ain't tromba newspaper, no, so when you are road. Now, say, massa. Hasa we dey made and I'm conscious of when you know do. Also we dey opa menum bia tro sese ah. Menum bia tro sese ah. Hasa we num bia dey be tro afo say mesi manya no do na say mu gi machini a. Ye go fa patient bra ne fa ma no. Na wanti apo a ye fa me nko Black Star Square ne nko bodu tu. Na say masa na sa dey test dey do. Enya sa dey test dey do. Nya a firing squad dey test dey do. Oh no. But it is possible ebia abranti ebia na someone can ebia na no kura bi wo mu a ye test dey be ye mini. It is a bedu sambe na say ye nya duro ana say enuma bia sakra ebia ina be bi.
Chairman nia anke kwesi ya no pe no just medini hu yawo. Medini hu yawo papa say. Health minister COVID status no. afi de ya hwehwe excuse ya ma health minister covid status no afi de enu na ye be kwakoye ngina so se ye konkotwa meba wo fa meba ya de bia ye ni brasem ma me kakra me srew ne di kan say health minister onkotwa ni din ba bia no nya covid-19
fantastic
enti say udi ni covid-19 ebe tutu registration hono and the chese na wafa wrong path kura from the beginning kura wafa wrong path unimu say yetumi sorry epia bontin ubeba no na wenya covid but anope wo sorry ba ha untumi candidate say oh health minister oh epie ntino mimi mpie makadem maloko mabu mimpie upie by studio ufri ha o se no a ukọ adwuma o ma kwan se obi nkra bra ewanim se obenum covid-19 dura kire, which means that as much as possible no life continues for you. O ye niam bi but udin hihye bi egu akwamu se sadie ne de it lowers the probability se ubenya covid no. And you know, life can go on for individuals and institutions. Say life can go on for individuals and institutions here if they follow laid down processes. Now, say befa isolated cases of ebia penyi anya wenti no say na ya dia kandia. Say na me kan say na nkebeka say okay ne sante dia and they obi anka dem mema obi empie. I think that is unfair. Number two.
Minua pious.
Okay, Bremu.
Minua pious.
If it's a more opportunity, now what's happening? Because Chiapa.
Minua pious. I don't know how Hosa. He has over how Hosa cry. Timmy. Near me can say.
I remember a media mount of Fatinu to imagine this year. And say, dear mammy.
Oh, and who person dear. But Minua pious. Timmy pa. As someone may can say. Oman swafo hwe apomuden so bibia yesi yenye mfambo ye ho ban bia waye enye ne mfomso se wonya yare ni bi enye ne mfomso kura se wonya yare ni bi asema America no aba wo mu ne fapim pa ene se bibia yesi yenye mfambo ye ho ban bia wayo eso yare yakoche no. Enti there is no guarantee say obiara biara wo ye Ghana ni na so wo wiase ha no wunya sa ya re. Absolutely. Enti na me chance because you are repeating your Canada. Pacho. Enti anyoma risky we have to avoid it as much as possible. O man peni akasa de ka che en say o man peni o nyami na make. So who carry no man bibi wo na wo koye na se
what the memory na kakra ye
kwesi is there no way e betimi ayesa de e minimize the risk
kwame ko fa sem kese na ba ko fa ba mesom
david o de mami wie ma
pa so benya mre abotre why
na ye ayi presenter onya wo
imma wa kwenya na minim se wo betine no wasa ko se no kra
wa yi na ba Uba studio ha, South Minister don't famba studio ha. Aha kwame na chama.
Wo fa de.
Ana woni sa. Woni so ba ha ni akwam beka na eri adu.
Question na nyame me kana di be edu.
Na so woni bi sa kwasam no so kwakwa ni ya no. As woni so minister ni dem ha.
Pacho I want them ha power Mr.
Ah sir.
Or a minister of the Republic of Ghana.
Enti ni minister no o program yi so.
Ebi wa ha.
And the minister me mo du pa
me jama o kasa
o de kan ya be kan wi
kwesi wa
no nkontu kwa o
me se me wo fa na wo o chia na matene no enti no sana ye no da bia
wo tin nu poni ani wo chia de dia kam nim ne be wo tin nu poni
enti no wo fa yenji ntumu se nya registration and now obi koye ya e betumi dia ye mfa to humpo like I'm saying, guarantee be any hose anope wu pie fi wu free wu ko nyame mpengu de but na guarantee be any hose wu nya covid no but wu pie
ba minim se Kokrokoo we ba ehu won faso ma me ehu won faso ma minua Father Dixon ehu won faso ma Kwame Sefaka
ebia yembisa wo yire se ohu faso ewu mu ana
pacho
obeka say ubekwa konya yare yi de media me hu ne say fa so bi ende so
asa so me yire na so ana officer me me ba ko
enunti na registration no yemfa etuo ense nipa so say kona kwotwere wudi anase to aba
emi de say onim sa
yes enti say covid ni hompo na wo sim register obi anche wo police nche wo but won to me nka say nam say wo pese wo be registrant no eni kwan say wo say obi a ono feel say obekwa kwotwe ne di no wo no nam say wo feel say wo nkotwe wo di ntino wo ma kwan say sanipa no so enkotwe ne di ntino because me ni microphone a program aye by wo frɛ wo musisi ya say oh masa bra program o see covid wo honte me mba but wo dey covid wo so wo ba
me ni apa
wo ti ase
pacho me bisa wasam
ntino won to me enhye ne say because covid aba wo adwene mu ukwa wo betumi anya abrawo ni namu a wo nya but wo full registration center nkan na wo betumi anya covid but wo betumi aba studio akọ TV station akọ wo nya but wo ko do registration center wo benya nti wo nkwa wasem nti wo to me nka say enu nti no emma registration no enkoso because covid wo ho o kan sa ende wo momu na wo pese wo gina wo tina obi fa ho de so
oh pacho
o kan sa wo momu na wo pese wo gi fa ho de free ensem
pacho enka sem nhema no me enka se nam se covid nti mo bi ankoto aba
ye bi sa wo se wo be ko na wo se wo de
na me ni obia se me nyo obia
enti bebre na be ko enti wo nko a wo fa when the bebre meaning go for now we say go for say to me on to so leadership e be my free teachers e be ma dum so
pious afi wo ya yen komsheni nya wo ya yen komsheni
na so ti aso sisi wo ye say appeal be to me aba wo boda miss bebre wo ha ye eche komo eche yin kunya bebre wo ha me ni na ye de ache
so ne mra no esie no na mi cheche mi hyenkom wo na wo hyenkom wo say de wo hyenkom
Reverend Bishop Pius.
Uji enjilebi ni edwani free nisa. Na mi so say enjilebi ni oti na wo ya ni nde wo studio ha ni bube fu pa. We also person odi na edwani free nisa. Ube se nkom.
Wo fa ye ne ko twere wodin. Kwa wutumi fa so ba studio.
By force.
Ye ne ko memetufu. Ni wo fa prakupe ne wo metufu. Ko the enhihye no so person na wodi so da bia wo ba studio ha no yenkore nkotwe ye den na yenya credible register added value of facial recognition na yenye wi a oti apo edu December na wakoto abapa ato abama aban papa na no
wu kwame mpacho bibi so
kwasi yan pon
bi o am pese bi chimu kakra
metie
be mami kwanya na se minu apa so se o ntwitwa ma no dia mpacho tio matise nkofo no bebre ya o mo kasa mo si o ye de ye control ye din na ye control ye din wi a e be guarantee for 10 more people not 10 more people no so guarantee for 10 more people and so on masa it will be completely illegal to do that.
Why?
Obia e wona drum so be sa no e se stop on one time kwa ma mentreo e da obekwa kwotwo udin no sakrata na idube ma no enye voter ID card enye valid voter ID card because there are processes for verification. For example, challenges ewo enu achi no your voter exhibition exercise ne ade ye wi anu nyina sana e be sure say udin na wakotwo no edimu.
A quick correction, Kwesi.
Yes, sir.
Kratani Edibeman, a voter ID card valid for Abattoir in December. Now, send our kind, ye exhibitioner, Obaka verify, say Kratani Kute, a voter ID card, a main register num. Omoji tuma then that's the final header.
Obisu to me challenges wo kra say you know ni na mahina say.
Of course, obi bet me akwa challenge.
Say we free ayifa.
Yes. Obi to me challenge.
Exactly.
But all challenging no.
Kwame Pacho. Let us assume say.
Yeah.
Wo akwa register the sakrata na sha wonsa. Oh. I will guarantee about 10 people. That's at 10 people, so I guarantee about another 10 people and so on. Near quiet exhibition, you say you are not qualified to have the card. What happens to the registration exercise?
Well, good question.
No. What
you have vouched for and who have vouched for other people who have also vouched for other people. What happens to that exercise? No.
And you have introduced another angle to the discussion. To do. But Chairman General, you are very right. What being Papa said, "Nia say we deny the card no mawa. A voter ID card. A valid say the betuaba." At that point, you challenge you be cry. You fact card no man.
We are quite exhibition. You see, you are quite exhibition. Exhibition time, you can make challenges during the exhibition. In the exhibition time, we will guarantee a money per 10. I almost guarantee a money per 10. I almost guarantee a money per 10. The exhibition time, I'm seeing you pass across on your gun.
Now, even Sisia Ekase Krano, Sisia Ekase Krano, Wafa, will be one Jinas will be said, who Krano in your gun or to me, take action.
Okay.
And you know, and you know,
no problem.
Me, I think that we shouldn't split it. I be paying. And you can you trading here, and I'm going to trade that. You're trading that. Until there's precedence to guide us, and there's also Emrano Basisiano. Nam say what being usai the interpretation kakrasu eka wajuma but until when I differ with you in opinion. I feel say opinion no
wrong. Exhibition. No man who say who dinu kra was no kra no enye papa. Meanwhile, no, what guarantee for 10 people? 10 people no guarantee for 10 people.
Udi National Health Insurance card trade register no here. Supreme Court catch say womudi National Health Insurance card no trade no ubisa say womu kra health insurance card na womudi guarantee nkrofo no san nkrofo no yahwehwe mo kira kwan ubisa wo hu sa question no.
Electoral Commission Babeka say a day was when he said was no more year free.
Supreme Court say National Health Insurance in a trade no yen you omo free. Ubisa say that is it.
Supreme Court to say one more with the health insurance card a base document called register
yen you omo dey free.
Now you ma quite to re-register.
That's right.
I don't know you
that's what I'm saying to you say. That's I didn't say time where you the health insurance card breeder document produce you voter ID card no ye di ma wa wo di guarantee obi no I'm saying say I didn't know say
now we card that medical register
debut I'm saying that obi a otumi di Ghana health insurance card me see don't me see say ebia me and I me health insurance card and I me the culture me din and the Supreme Court say me din tre no invalid nti yen free mu say me Ghana ni nkwan dia me cover document from bra na me infantry dey no yes sir adenti na won ka say Pius use health insurance trading yen kona yen hwe say Pius guarantee money passing na san crofo no so guarantee money passing na yen yi omu nyina free register na wade na wan kasa asem da
sa na person kaka me dey me pese me kasa
adenti because okay samre no unkai
David na mra no ma ho kwan
say obi betumi
Mrano, see, Parliament, no, you could use your national health insurance card to register.
But the Supreme Court held that Sir Inshishenu
there was a new dispensation.
Now, see, at that point, no, registration and Crawford, Evauchi, Eddie Crawford, Argentina, and Nunu dear, Unkase, Yenu, Unses, Afedia, Uka, you are who stretchy logic now, Ube, Unse, Wankasafi, and Unse, register and want to chima because the according to you one kasa logic no womu enkura voter ID card papa womu di voucher man crofo no wrong and their registration is invalid.
Baby me you touch ma nya meti America nya me pa ya me madrim we beboa Ghana man any say yes, you be review register now. At the papa, you review register. You be review register now. At the papa, you review. Me say review register.
Semantics,
but not compile.
Exactly. Pacho, me can say you. Yes, you be review register no so. Biara, we Ghana ni. I want birth certificate. I see what to me a register. Me madre no.
na wofa nti CI 72
old card ni bi wo ho no
wofa nti adentina CI 72 ayedi trading in 2012 a new biometric voters register ayamfa birth certificate anka breeder documents no adentina moma akwan say 2012 CI 72
ni me no kasafe wo se mo ni hwan no
mo kasa say no
ya was saying bisa na say me na meti nipa ankran ni ya che
okay
am ti wadu na me che ma
kafra
wo se mo say
kafra entino adentina one kan say say register no yamfa we birth certificate and children register no nye papa because 2012 register na yamfa birth certificate and trading enisi no mo na electoral commission for far CI nachi omu training manual no omu far CI nachi e di birth certificate ko shemu unim sa wofa unim sa so
anyway mama fa enkomo no mrewie
okay kwam ya das na mama bisa pa osasamba akupe
bisa no
mpacho training manual no mu di adna sisi no hu bi
me hu bi
da me bisa pa so na to so
me hu
we so se no
me hu
kwam wo bo anu pa kwam unye wu pa
oh kwesi na wena
na me hu ami
chinu pa
uze se ukom ni
kwam unye wu
oh kwesi pa
kwam se me chinu rather than
me hu bi me nye
juma obehu bi obebia anya dia ko behu bi obebia
we sure one hu bi
me hu bi na me nye juma electoral commission
it be kind of a queue no
me hubi me hubi
Kwesi Pratt Jr. Managing Editor Inside Democrat Pius Enam Hajida Deputy Information Minister Michia Samson Kwame Nyameche ni enuanoma wa Hello FM Kumasi Rock FM 4 Takrade Michia mo Fela FM 4 Tamale Michia mo so Adas FM Kintampo Michia mo nyina Ghana fa na nyina bebia mo fa sa dwumede Kokrokoo nyina Michia mo nyina no pay Sergeant Eric Odum or Arms Department Ashanti Region Police Command. Happy birthday to you, Sergeant Eric Odum of the Arms Department, Ashanti Region Police Command. Have a lovely, lovely birthday. Mijo. And so, PK, here's your song. A few birthday wishes coming through. One to you, Tilly Hansasari. Happy birthday to you, Tilly Hansasari. Enjoy this beautiful day. Nana Mainkroma, enjoy your day as well. Happy birthday. Elda Kweku Osu Edu out there at the waterfront. Happy birthday to you. And this one from your husband, Koku Norash. It says, belated birthday wishes to my darling wife, Scholastica Ya Nudanu. Hope you had a good birthday, Scholastica Ya Nudanu. Happy birthday from your husband, Koku Norash. Very last one, Ohima Weyeje would like to wish your daughter, Mami Akusia Sapoma, a happy birthday. Mother to her daughter, huh? And a very good morning to Mr. Kofi Kusi Dapa. Mr. Kofi Kusi Dapa, AKKKD, Tax and Audit Manager, PKF. Shout out from Iomnan to you. Ampa. Sad to say again, the son of the late Nana Tufo, simply referred to as 9924. With his favorite, one of his big time favorites, Aketichua. Goes out to you, PK. You requested for it. Yes, you're all yours. Enjoy. Asabia says it's one of my favorites too. Enjoy it. It says it's my boss's birthday, Nana Sewa. Happy birthday to Nana Sewa of Aviance, KIA Customs Division. It's from Emma to you. And happy birthday to you, Bassam Odemat. Bassam Odemat, aka General Boo of BBC Industrial. And Ngozi famous from Seke to you, Bassam. Kennedy Ejapong MP at 60. Happy 60th birthday, Kompreku Kennedy Ejapong from Guy G, Newark, New Jersey. So we'll take a cue from 9924. Thanking you for joining us by ear, voice, and text. Back again tomorrow morning, God willing, Wednesday the 17th of June. And treating you to keep your dreams and hopes alive is all you've got. Remember, it shall never be so dark. The sun shall rise again. And so when you stop to say a prayer, say one for me too. Have a good one. God bless. Good morning.